Hi, Mrs. Young here, and today we are going to talk about reptiles. So let's start with some characteristics. Reptiles are ectothermic, which means their body doesn't produce much internal heat. So as their environment changes, so does their temperature. They obtain oxygen from the air with lungs, just like humans do. And then their skin, they have scaly skin. So it helps keep them protected. It's dry and tough, and it keeps them from losing too much water. They also have specialized kidneys that help to minimize water loss as well. When it comes to reproduction, reptiles have internal fertilization, which means the eggs are fertilized inside the female. The female then lays those eggs, and then the interesting thing about reptile eggs are that they have internal membranes and a shell. This helps to protect the developing embryo and to keep it from drying out. Remember, amphibians laid their eggs in the water, so they didn't need that protective shell. Same with fish. But since reptiles lay their eggs on land, they need something to help to keep the embryo from drying out and to protect it. So we could say that there's 4 groups of reptiles. You have your lizards, snakes, alligators and crocodiles, and then my personal favorite, the turtles. So let's start with lizards. Lizards have 4 legs. They have a fixed jawbone. Most of them are carnivores. However, there are some that are herbivores. Remember, carnivore means that they eat meat, and herbivores mean that they eat plants. And throughout their life, they shed their skin and get a whole new skin. So next we have snakes. Snakes have streamlined bodies and no legs, kind of like a worm, but you have to remember that snakes have a backbone, so they're vertebrates, where worms, they don't have backbones. So all snakes are carnivores, and they have special jaws. Their jawbones can spread apart so that they can swallow prey that is bigger than they are. And then, just like lizards, they too shed their skin throughout their lifetime. Next, we have alligators and crocodiles. So alligators and crocodiles are the largest living reptiles. Dinosaurs were obviously bigger than these, but they're no longer living. They are both carnivores, and they care for their young. So the difference between an alligator and a crocodile is that the alligators have a broad, rounded snout, and when their mouth is closed, you don't see many of their teeth. Crocodiles, on the other hand, have a pointed snout, and when their mouth is closed, you can see most of their teeth. Finally, we have turtles. I love turtles. Turtles can live either in the water, so fresh water, or in the ocean, or they can live on the land. Typically, a turtle that spends its life on land is called a tortoise. All turtles have a protective shell that covers them. Sometimes they can hide inside of it for protection, or if they're scared, they'll pull their legs and their head in. Now, turtles do not have teeth. They have a sharp beak instead, and this is what they can use to get their food. Some turtles are herbivores, meaning they eat plants. So an example of an herbivore would be the Galapagos tortoise. And then some are carnivores. They eat meat. So an example would be a leatherback turtle. Leatherback turtles actually eat jellyfish. So they have special cells or special skin, however you want to say it, that protects them from the stinging cells of jellyfish. Remember, jellyfish are cnidarians, and they have those stinging cells. So that's a little bit about reptiles. I hope you found that helpful.